Namaste everyone. So I'm going to read Book 6, Chapter 4 on the defeat of the Devas by Vitra. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya Kuti Suryasa Nirviganam Kulamideva Sarvakaya Sushavara Om Ekadantai Vidmim Vakratundai Timitrutanti Prashodaya Om Gam Ganapatim Om Gam Ganapatim Om Gam Ganapatim Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vidyarupenna Sanshita Namaste Se Namaste Se Namaste Se Namo Namah Om Em Saraswati Em Saraswati Em Saraswati Om Hamsam Se Paramam Se Om Namo Namo Jagamata Vidyapradani Maha Saraswati Namo Namo Madhakalyani Mata Saraswati Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat. Vyasa said, O king, the suras that wanted to create hindrance in Vitra's tapasya, seeing him firmly resolved, became disappointed in the fulfillment of their objects and returned to their own abodes. Thus, full 100 years passed, the four-faced Brahma, the grandsire of the Lokas, came there mounted on his carrier the swan, and said, O Vitra, be happy, now quit your meditation and ask boon. I will grant you the boon that you choose. O child, your body has become very lean and thin through your penance. I am now very pleased to see your this very hard tapasya. Welfare be to you. Now ask the boon that you desire. Vyasa said, O king, hearing thus the clearly distinct nectar like sweet words of the creator Brahma, Vitra, and tears of joy, and suddenly stood up, and going to him, bowed down gladly before his feet, and with folded hands spoke to him, who is desirous to grant him boons, in a tremulous voice. O Lord, today I have been fortunate to see thee, whose art generally seen with great difficulty, and I have acquired thus the post of all the devas. O lotus-seated one, I have got an insatiable desire burning within me. Thou art omniscient, thou knowest everything. Still I am speaking out my mind. O Lord, grant that my death does not occur with iron, wood, dry or wet substances, or with bamboos or any other weapons, and let my strength and valor be increased very much in the battle. For then I will be unconquerable by all the devas with all their armies. Vyasa said, O king, thus prayed for, Brahma said to him, smiling, O child, get up. I grant that your desired boon will always be fulfilled. Now go to your own place. Your death won't occur with dry or wet substances, or with stones or wood. I say this truly unto you. Thus granting the boon, Brahma went to his Brahmaloka. Vitra too became very glad on receiving his desired object, and returned to his own abode. The highly intelligent Vitra informed the father about the boon granted to him. Visvakarma became very glad to hear it. And, O highly fortunate one, let all bliss and good fortune come on to you. Kill Indra, my greatest enemy. Go and kill the murderer of my son, Trisira, the vicious Indra, and return to me. Be victorious in the battle and become the lord of all the devas, and remove my mental agony due to the killing of my son. A son becomes then really a son when he obeys the commands of his father, and when he feeds plentifully good many people on the Sraddha day after his father's death, and when he offers Pinda and Gaya. Therefore, O son, keep my words and try to remove my sorrows. Know this as certain, that Trisira never vanishes from my mind. Trisira was very truthful, amiable, and good-natured. He was an ascetic and foremost among the Vedic scholars. The wicked Indra killed my dear son without any offense. O king, hearing the father's words, that extremely indomitable Vitrasura mounted on his chariot and quickly got out of his father's house. The proud Asura then marched to the battle, accompanied with his vast army, to the sounding of the conch shells and war drums. Vitra, versed in politics and morals, exhorted his soldiers before marching and said Today we will kill Indra and possess the kingdom of the immortals, freed from all enemies. O king, thus accompanied by his soldiers and raising a tremendous war cry, terrifying to the Devas, the Asuras set out for battle. O Bharata, the king of the Devas, knowing that the Asura is quite at hand, became overwhelmed with terror and ordered at once the soldiers to be ready for the battle, and called quickly all the Lokapalas and sent them all for the battle. The highly illustrious Indra, the tormentor of the foes, arrayed his troops in order according to Gridra Vyuha, the method in which the vultures arrange themselves while flying, and stayed there. On the other hand, Vitra, the slayer of enemies, dashed into that place with all swiftness. A dreadful fight then ensued between the Devas and Danavas. The two parties, desirous to get victory over the other, fought awfully hard. When the blaze of the battle fire shone to a very high pitch, the Devas dropped with sorrow, while the Asuras became excited with joy. The Devas and Danavas struck each other with tomaras, bhindipalas, axes, parusas, patisas, and various other weapons. When the dreadful battle rose to a high pitch, causing horripilation, Vitra became very angry and suddenly caught hold of Indra and, denuding him of all clothes and armors, swallowed him. He, then remembering his former enmity, became very glad and stayed there. When Indra was thus devoured by Vitra, the Devas were overwhelmed with terror and cried out frequently with great distress, O Indra, O Indra! All the Devas became very dejected and grieved in their hearts to see Indra denuded of his armor and clothes in the belly of Vitra, and bowed down to Brihaspati instead. O Indra of the Brahmans, you are our best Guru. What are we to do now? Though the gods tried their best to save Indra, still Vitra has devoured him. We are all powerless. What can we do without Indra? O Lord, perform quickly magic spells, Abhichara process, which will lead to our Indra's liberation. Brihaspati said, O Suras, the king of the gods is swallowed by Vitra. He has been quite disabled, but Indra is living in his bowels. Attempt, therefore, must be made that he comes out while living. Vyasa said, O king, the Devas became very anxious to see Indra in that plight and took all the ways and means carefully how he might be freed. Then they created a state tending to cause yawning, very powerful and irresistible and calculated to destroy one's enemy. Vitrasura then yawned and his mouth got widely open and extended. In the meanwhile, Indra, the destroyer of one's enemies, strength contracted all his limbs and came out of the expanded mouth of the Asura and fell down. Since that time, the state of yawning has become prevalent amongst the beings. The Devas were all glad to see Indra thus come out. When Indra thus got out, he fought again with Vitra for 10,000 years, Ajuta years. The fight was very dreadful, causing horripilation. On one side, all the Devas joined in the battle, and on the other side, the preeminently powerful Vitra, the son of Visvakarma, fought. When Vitrasura got more and more energy in the battle, Indra became gradually dwindled and was at last defeated. Indra became very much grieved when he found himself defeated. The Devas also were very dejected to see this. Indra and the other Devas quitted the battlefield and fled away. Vitrasura too quickly arrived and occupied the heavens. Vitra began to enjoy by force the heavenly gardens and took the Aryavata elephant. O king, the Asura, the son of Twasta, took away all Vimanas, the self-moving chariot of gods. Uchesrava, the best of horses, the heavenly cow, the giver of desires, the Parijata tree, the Apsaras, and other jewels of the heavens. The Devas, on the other hand, deprived of their shares in sacrifices and driven away from the heavens, suffered very much. Vitrasura became puffed up with vanity when he got possession of the heavens. Visvakarma too became very happy at that time and began to enjoy pleasures along with his son. O Bharata, the Devas then united with the Munis and then began to consult about their own welfare. When the Devas took Indra with them and went to Maha Deva in the Mount Kailasha and bowed down to his feet very humbly and with folded hands, spoke thus: O Deva of the Devas, O Mahadeva, thou art the Maheshvara and the unbounded ocean of mercy. We are defeated by Vitrasura, and we are very much terrified. Seva Shambhu, thou dost good to all the beings. Dost thou tell us, therefore, truly, what are we to do now, when the powerful Danava has disposed us of our heavens? O Mahesa, now dislodged, where are we to go? We are not finding any remedy by which our miseries can be destroyed. O Bhuta Bhavana, we are very much pained. Help us, O merciful one. That Vitrasura has become intoxicated with vanity due to his being granted the boon. Therefore destroy him. Shankara said, O Devas, we will keep Brahma in the front and let all of us go to the residence of Hari and there consult with him how to destroy this unruly Vitra. The Janardana Vasudeva is fully capable to do all actions. He is powerful, knower of pretext, highly intelligent, ocean of mercy, and fit to be asked by all for protection. Without him, the Deva of the Devas, no success is possible in any action. Therefore, all of us ought to go there for the success in our undertaking. Vyasa said, O king, thus settling their plan of action, Indra and other Devas took Shankara and Brahma with them and went to the abode of Hari, who protects all and ingracious in his devotees. They then began to chant Purusa Sukta hymns to him, and thus they praised the god Hari, the god of this universe. The Janardhan Hari, the lord of Kamala, then appeared before them and, after showing his respect, addressed them thus: O Lord of the several lokas, we have brought you all together with Brahma and Shankara hither. O best of Suras, please tell me the reason of your coming here. Vyasa said, O king, thus hearing Hari's words, the Devas could not reply anything. Rather, almost all of them remained with an anxious look, with their hands folded, overwhelmed with cares. Here ends the 4th chapter of the 6th book on the defeat of the Devas by Vitra in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapaling Durgakshamashi Padatri Swaha Swadhanamaste. Om Tumya Mata Chapitatuyo, Tumya Bandusha Chasakato, Tumya Vidya Dravinam Tumeva, Tumeva Saravam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.